James Baldwin, a renowned writer of the civil rights movement, once said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." Especially in the areas of equality, diversity, and inclusion.
What's the next step of history that needs to happen? And not for the sake of history, not for the symbolism of making history. What's the next quantitative step that needs to happen? Is it more diversity in leadership? Is it diversity in management? Is it diversity of thoughts in a room?
Being in the room where decisions are being made is the next step of the evolution of have we arrived as a people? Because it's all cool to be in front of a camera, but the people that are making the decisions on who's being put into the camera, in front of a camera, that's next.
And you want to talk diversity, you need other people in that conversation to have more diversity because they're giving you a different perspective. We bring a different perspective. Just the four of us sitting here alone bring a different perspective that we've all had experiences of to this conversation alone. So if you think of just this, now you put it to the magnitude scale of, a conglomerate company, of having that conversation of how can we take better care of our employees because it seems like they're disgruntled. What are we doing wrong? And it also takes a lot for the people that have those decision-making powers to say, what are we doing wrong that we can do better so that we don't have, X number of people leaving the company.
As a whole, if we want to get better, it ain't about just our fight, it's other people's struggles too. And if you're open-minded, about educating yourself about other people's problems, guess what? Your problems might get fixed.
Somebody asked me what it was like to have like an all-black NBA broadcasting group. And I think it was Ava Wallace when I did an interview for the Washington Post, and she asked me about it, and I said, I don't look at it like that. To the outside, people will look at this and they will go, wow, how cool is this? You know what I think? It's about damn time. I don't look at it like, oh wow, this is really cool. I look at, he's hella good at his job. You guys are hella good at what you do. Y'all know how I get down. So why wouldn't we be put in this position? And I would just say this. If we were put in this position because of the color of our skin, I blame the people in charge. We should be in this position because we're talented enough to do the job. But don't put us out here and parade us out like, well, let's just be the first. Because technically we aren't the first. We're the next.
I want the next step to be our counterparts who are not black, of any community, whether it's management on the same level. This conversation needs to be more than us. Because I'm telling you, I remember like being able to sit around the table at my grandmother's house and listen to the stories they told. I remember being told the old, now somebody's gonna grab their purse, don't think that it's you personally, don't react, whatever.
I still think like that.
Drew,
I feel so bad. I'm like 6'10".
I'm 6'5", bro. Like when I walk down the street,
y'all two got it bad.
people still cross the street.
I'm like, I did it again.
Drew, and it cracks me up because I'm having moments in myself and I
have
check
to
my
skip down the
ego.
street just to make sure they know.
I gotta check my ego because I'm sitting there and I'm like, you gonna cross the street?
By the way, can we just, for people that don't know, this happens.
Yes.
Okay, so we can make a joke of this, but that's kind of one of the nuanced things about being black that I don't think white people understand is there are times where we can just be walking somewhere.
Existing.
And just the profiling is something that is tiring. And George Floyd was it for me. It was it. I was done. It broke me in ways where I'm still trying to figure it out. But that's the part of know who we are as opposed to what we look like.
You're looking at the grandchild of a dude who had one grandparent got the GED, the other one barely graduated high school, was a train porter and a janitor, while the other one was an education school secretary. And they sent all of their kids to college. They all walked across the college stage with not a dime in debt because those two sacrificed. So how am I to let someone who does not know me, walking down the street or crossing the street or clutching their purse to find who I am when I know good and well when I stepped out of bed this morning, I had already claimed victory over my life and who I am. That's what Black history is to me, is I am who I am, you are who you are, let's share, let's grow, let's be together. Because again, I can go fast alone, but the goal is to go far. And I'm glad that we've been able to go as far as we have so far. You guys are awesome. Thanks for sharing this time, man.